Hi, I'm Grant Henderson. Many of you might recognize me because this is my 40th year at Western Sales, 12 of them as General Service Manager. I may not have dealt with you directly, but I'm sure I had contact with your fathers, your uncles, or maybe even your grandfathers. I can honestly say in that 40 years, the very single most important development at Western Sales was when Grant McGrath introduced the CMI Guarantee. Well, let's just explore that a little bit further, and I'll read what it says. If you have a CMI performed on your equipment and have the majority of the repairs completed in our shop and have a failure that Western Sales can't fix within 24 hours, Western Sales will provide you with a free loaner. Our CMI customers also receive preferred service call scheduling and loyalty service rates apply. To me, that's worth the entire price of a CMI. But there's more. What else can you expect from a CMI? Combines have a 400-point inspection, sprayers have a 300-point inspection, and tractors have a 250-point inspection. And beginning in 2019, we started digitally recording the repairs. What that means is we have a picture that you can look at and make a decision based on that picture whether you're going to fix that problem or not. I believe our inspections are the most extensive in the industry. There's a call center with extended hours where we have qualified technicians answering the phones, answering your questions, or referring you to the service manager who can arrange for a service call. We have over 70 skilled technicians and over 40 fully equipped service trucks. We have over $9 million worth of parts in stock in season in our 6 locations. There's 12 months parts warranty on anything installed in a CMI, and we have collateral damage warranty, which means if we installed like a water pump on your tractor and the water pump failed and took the engine out, John Deere warranty would cover the cost of the repair of the engine. So what is this all worth in the terms of resale? Well, I talked to all the salesmen at Western Sales, and Jason Heinze, the sales manager, assured me that a 5 or 6 year old combine that has had a CMI every year is worth substantially more on trade than one that has had nothing. Western Sales provided our customers with over 120 loaners in 2019 alone. When I returned this spring, Carl Pearson, our operations manager, reminded me and pointed out to me the true value of the CMI program. Let's take a look at downtime costs. We'll use a combine again. Your average combine will harvest approximately 16 acres an hour. Say hypothetically you're down for 4 days, 10 hours a day, 40 hours total. That would mean canola at 40 bushels an acre and $10 a bushel would produce you $6,400 an hour. Lentils at 30 bushels an acre and 20 cents a pound would produce $5,760 per hour. Durum wheat at 50 bushels an acre and $8 a bushel would produce you $6,400 an hour. In 40 hours, your combine generates over $200,000 of revenue. If you had to rent a combine, if you could find one, a Class 7 combine would be about $250 an hour or $10,000 for that 40 hours. So in a case like that, a CMI wouldn't cost you $10,000, it would save you $10,000. I've done a lot of comparisons today, mostly with combines, because traditionally they are the most maintenance costs on your farm, but we mustn't forget how important sprayers and tractors are to your operation. If you have to hire a custom operator, custom combining costs between $25 and $30 an acre, custom spraying costs between $6 and $8 an acre, and custom seeding costs between $25 and $30 an acre. We have looked at the dollars and cents of the CMI program. Now let's have a look at what a few of our customers have to say about the program.
So we've been here since 1970, and we have a mixed farming operation where we have chickens, dairy, beef, and land-based. We've been on the CMI program with our combines for over 15 years, and with our seeding tractors the last 6 years. So when we do a CMI, we take our combines into Western Sales, and the technician has his checklist where he goes through the combine and he checks off everything that he finds and what's good, what's bad, what's broken. And when that's done, we go in, we sit down with the technician, and he shows us everything that he found on the combine, why he marked this down, why he wants us to change this, Like, he doesn't just say, yeah, change this. He actually tells us why. And when I ask him, like, how did you even find that problem? They say, well, we see so many combines throughout the year. We know where to look for, where the problem areas are on a certain make, on a certain model of combine. Certain year of combine have certain issues, and we know to look for them. And I mean, there's been several times in the past where they did find a problem that we would never have found. So one experience is on our seeding tractor. We had a issue with an engine where the tractor was down for, I think, 4 or 5 days. We had an owner from Western Sales out here. Within a day, we were seeding again. Another on our combines, it was about 6 years ago, we were doing lentils. And this bar went through my combine. It took out the rotor, it took out the rotor cage, the rotor elements. Suffice to say, the combine was done for the season. That happened at supper time. I think it was around 6 p.m. At 10 p.m., I was in the field with a loaner from Western Sales. I ended up finishing the season with their combine. I mean, we figured out afterwards, after harvest, that we would have spent $40,000 on a rental fee if we would have had to rent the combine, if the loaner hadn't been available to us. So to us, that's huge.
We started the program the same 12 or 13 years ago when we bought our first John Deere combine, and we just do it every year. It's been fantastic. They do a really good job. They catch a lot of little things before they turn into something big and expensive. We've been snowed on 3 out of the last 4 harvests here, so we can't afford to be down.
Well, the one experience we headed to the field with our own combine to start harvest there. We were going down the road and we had antifreeze running out of it and the head gasket was gone. So we phoned in and they come out and they had a look at it that night. And we phoned in and they had a service loaner here within 4 hours. So we could start harvesting the next day and there was no questions asked. And we used it for about a week and it never cost us nothing. All we did is put fuel in and run it. No questions asked. You can't get it any better than that.
The service loaner program has saved our bacon more than a couple of times. Yeah. And if you figure out what it costs to rent a combine, it pays for itself pretty quick some years. So yeah, we go in every year when they've gone through our combine. They'll send us the list of everything. We can kind of go over it, and then we'll go down and sit down with the mechanic who went through the combine, and they kind of tell us this needs to be done or this is getting close but can wait, and they kind of go over everything so you know what they're looking at and why they want to change things. Well, the value would be in the uptime that we have. We've had some challenging harvests here these last few years, and we just can't afford to be stopped standing around waiting on something to happen or waiting to fix a combine. And that pays for itself pretty quickly in uptime. And then if we end up using the service loaner, it doesn't cost us anything, and that's a huge thing too, because there's places charging $300 an hour to rent a combine. So that can add up pretty quickly over a few days.
I would say with the CMI program, we can't farm without it because we have no downtime and it just pays for itself.
A pretty powerful message. What is it really worth knowing that no matter what, whether you have a mechanical failure, ingestion, hit a power pole, or a washout, that your farming operation will not be interrupted? It's called peace of mind, and it's extremely valuable. Call today. Talk to your salesman, your favorite technician, the service manager, or the boss. Book your CMI. It makes perfect sense. It's the right decision.